Uh, Today in this session, actually this is a continuous troubleshooting from the last classes. What exactly we are trying to do it, we know that application gateway uh, basically a type of load balancer, but much uh, intelligent than normal load balancer. It is working on the same region, and it's cannot work in the DNS cache base, because once after one you can switch, because if the URL hitting one direction, after you refresh it will be changed to another direction. That we have done. But last week what we are supposed to do is that, let's say I have two URL. One URL end with video, one URL end with application. So whenever I am typing the application load balancer URL/video, it will be redirected to video server. Whenever I will type the load balancer IP/image, it will be redirected to the image server. That we supposed to implement through our application gateway, but we get that error last week. Okay, so today we will find out the problem, what exactly it is, and we will fix that part, and we will continue to the same things. Okay, so for that only what I can do now, first we'll create the load balancer, application load balancer. So resource group has been done. Now we'll create application gateway. Select the RG1 APGNGATEWAY. That is my application gateway name. I am using WAF version 2. I'm not interested for auto scaling. HTTP2 it is disabled. Create WAF 2 policy. Add bot protection. Now here we will create a new subnet. Okay, so that was a default. We will create APGM. Okay, next is front end. Next is the backend. So as of now I do not have any backend, so I'll press yes. Add a routing rule. So that was my basic, we have done basic things, not yet done anything so much critical. Now create application gateway. Once application gateway implemented along with the VNet, in the default VNet we will publish two VM. Okay, VM1 video server, VM2 image server.
So Siddharth, আমাদের স্টেপ বাই স্টেপ অ্যাক্টিভিটিস গুলো হলো রিসোর্স গ্রুপ, অ্যাপ্লিকেশন গেটওয়ে and thereafter virtual network, right?
So basically first we have created a resource group. After we create resource group, we create the application gateway. While you create the application gateway, it is creating the VNet with the name of APGN, and initially these things created on the RG1. Next, once it is done, we will create video server 1 and image server 1 on the default subnet, which is 10.0.0.1, 4 and 5.
ठीक है. मतलब we will just create two virtual machine where we will do IIS role, correct?
Yes, we will install the IIS role and create the virtual directory.
Siddharth, I'm there.
Actually, there's a power gone. That's what. Anyway, so my application gateway has created successfully. We're trying to open.
Siddharth, please reshare.
Yeah. So this is basically application gateway. Okay, that my application gateway is launching fine. That is the application gateway URL. Okay, we have to, everything is fine. Now what I can do now, we'll create the virtual machine. So we'll create the default one. Okay.
So this is not the application gateway. This is the default network which we are taking.
Yes. But let's check why it is not showing. If it is not showing again, it will be problem. This is a really pathetic in for Azure. It's very, what to say.
What is not showing, Siddharth?
Hold on, let me check that. Default subnet. Click on default subnet. Yeah. Now it will come. Now it will come. Video is VR. Root admin. These things we need to add. So this is a VNet name and it is scanning the default subnet and it is creating the video server IP. So that's it, perfect. Here you can see that APGN is not work, but default will work.
The default
Sorry?
in the problem. Whether again.
A default was actually what we have done. We have created the first VNet and then we have created another subnet that is default. First subnet it is for application gateway, second subnet for virtual machine.
Okay.
Let's wait for the deployment.
Yes, it does done.
First I will turn off the firewall. Then I will go to server manager.
Last one.
Web server IIS we have installed, no?
Mhm.
So now in this, what I can do now, I'll go to second machines. My voice audible?
Siddharth, I'm there.
Okay.
Siddharth.
So you have to add it HTTP, HTTPS, RDP, all the port. It is mandatory. If you forget, then it will not work. Remember. Click on next. Don't be hurry while you create the virtual machine. So it is scanning the default gateway as it is. Go to review and create. And I hope it will have the different IP address because it will have that time, because that much of time you have given. Let's click on create. Let's create. Meanwhile, we will configure the IIS. Now, once it is done, you can see IIS into the IIS folder, C drive, inet path, www root.
www root.
Yeah. Now, the main thing is that don't touch this configuration. Don't touch, because if application gateway don't find the settings, they will tell you that your application server is unhealthy. So if you want to create a virtual directory, make it a folder. Okay, copy that, paste, rename it video. Okay, now what we can do now, edit it. Welcome to my video server. Done. Now you can also verify to open c:\inet pub www root
/video
/video /video.html. Now just check whether it is launching or not. Perfect. Video.html. Okay, that is need to do. So now what we can do now, from the outside of the servers, we'll have to go to outside videos VR, whatever their IP, just check and confirm whether now here perfect, it is launching. Well done.
Yes.
Now what we can do now, go to another virtual machine, image server, and let's check whether the IP is variant or not. Yes, 5 and video server was 4. Yes, perfect. The same settings you need to do it. Connect. Done. You can do it in firewall.cpl. The firewall has been stopped. Now you go to server manager. don't touch the settings. Instead, we'll create folder image. You can copy the HTML file. Right, now same things I will try to access from external sites. So once you open it, it will give you the IIS default page. Once you select image / image
.html.
HTML, then it will be directed to the image servers. So make sure you have stopped the firewall. Perfect. Next, what you need to do, go back to your application gateway and perform the remaining configuration. First is backend pool. In the backend pool, this is very important. Now you have to check whether you are able to add a virtual machine or not. So one is image, one is video. Clear? Click on save. Perfect. Now it is targeted. Click on refresh. Go to your health pro and create your health pro.
Siddharth, front end টা আমরা কিছু প্রিপেয়ার করলাম না?
Already done at the time of create it.
Okay. Okay. মানে ফ্রন্ট এন্ড মানে তো এই অ্যাপ্লিকেশন গেটওয়ে পাবলিক আইপিটাই ফ্রন্ট এন্ড, তাই না?
Yes.
এই 127 আইপিটা কোথা থেকে পেলে? এটা randomly?
It is actually see that what is saying. It's saying the value is the name of the virtual host. So I'm giving 127.0.0.1. So that will be picking their own server. Okay.
That will be taking, sorry?
If you give the self IP address, that means loopback IP address. So in that case, they will pick their own IP address, load balancer IP address.
Mhm.
Click on add.
So that it's done, I guess.
No, it is still going on. See that. Be patient at the time of release the services. If you do hurry na, it will create a problem. That is the problem actually. Azure is very slow instead of AWS. Now if I go to backend here, now see that it is showing healthy. Then your problem is solved. Now you understand what was the problem? Problem means it is not get the inet pub. I mean they are not getting the HTML from the application server and they thought the application server is unhealthy. That is why that error. That was actually the lesson learned so that you could aware for that. Clear?
Okay. I mean the default inet pub folders
Should be there. Default inet pub folder should be there. Understood? Perfect. Now next what you need to do, go to here. Now you can terminate that error. It's coming here now. Now it is not coming.
Mm-hmm.
So copy it. And what you need to do, paste it here along with HTTP. Now if you enter, you don't know which server is entering. It is just show you the default IIS catalog. Once you put video / video.htm, it will redirect you the video servers. If you put image it will redirect you image server. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now question is hold on, I can go now, network security groups. Let's the priority to less. Now see that it is working. Now if you go to
video/video.html.
it will work to video servers. Clear? This is how URL based routing only can support by application gateway among all this gateway. Clear?
But Siddharth, আমার একটাই question, application gateway দিয়ে when we are getting into this, the thing is we are reaching alternate server. So এটার ইয়েটা কি মানে এখানে যদি কি আমি বারবার রিচ করি
no but why you are thinking like this? When I'm putting this basically this kind of load balancer, it is work for this 100% URL based filtering like I'm doing it here. That was the
but
basic,
that was the basic selecting the
no please try to understand, try to understand. When I'm entering this IP address, where it is reaching, tell me. It is reaching
to the IIS server.
Any one of the IIS server, you don't know, right? Enter how many times I'll do, it will not work. My requirement is what? Client asked, whenever my users entering the server URL, it will redirect it to their server. Whenever they are entering to image server URL, they will go to the image server. That's it. That only can support. That is actually no wait. That is actually supported by application gateway. That's I'm trying to do it. Last day I show you na, that is basically URL filter. I mean default. See, generally what happened, what exactly it is doing. Remove that concept that load balancer can alternately work. See that.
So can I just request you one thing?
Yeah.
Go to the virtual machine where the default IIS server.
I'm telling you. Please try to understand the concept. See that. This is a very basic load balancing. Okay. That means whenever users trying to hit to the load balancer IP, so it will route one, second time it will go to here, again third time here. That is basic things. There is nothing to do anything, just a basic normal Windows based load balancer can do. My requirement is what? My requirement is URL based filtering, URL based filtering. Now I'm telling you, whenever you are entering the application gateway IP, which server it is redirecting, you don't know. But any one of the server IIS, it is redirecting, right? That is not my concern which server is redirecting. Now you enter in the complete server. For that, it will redirect it to here. Even you can create another server as a load balancer, right? Video server 1, video server 2, video server 3, image server 1, image server 2, image server 3. This is how complex network design, and that was support only application gateway, not other.
No, I am getting. See, load balancing. Whenever we do not do URL based. Generally, we select the IP or we select the public host of that IP, and thereafter, like if the same request is being forwarded again, they distribute among different servers which are placed in the backend.
Exactly.
In the normal load balancing.
Exactly.
Here it is URL based. So what is the basic difference between that? That is my question.
Basic.
Here also it is.
Even I'm telling you, if you do not, you are creating virtual directory, that's what it is URL based. If you not create the virtual directory and you have just edit the default settings, it will work like a normal load balancer. First hit to the first server, second hit to the second
no. For
server.
example, no. Just go to the virtual machine once, the default IIS page,
The
any of the default IIS page.
default IIS is already there, na? These are the default IIS settings.
Uh-huh. So any of the default IIS page, you just in that IIS image you do some changing if you can.
Default from video.
This is which server was default from video, and here
Default from image. Now I'm telling you, if you just put the load balance IP, one it will be go to image, and one it will go to the video. Now this is the basic things. Now this is the basic things. Basic things is done by one after one, but that is not my requirement. Requirement means when my client enter the complete URL, according to the URL, user will be redirected. That is supported by application gateway.
My question is, for example, some in practical instance, how it happens, like the URL are bound by at the FQDN level of the gateway.
Did you observe when I have created the probes? When we have created the probes, I have select that kind of settings I can be introduced. Did you observe? Okay, let me show you the probes. Health probes. Where is the probe?
Below is the health probe, no? Below
See that? Did you see that / path? So these paths support only application gateway. Even text telling after the URL, you can segregate your complete URL by using this path. That is support. Other than this, no load balancer support.
Okay.
That's I'm trying to show you.
Can you just edit this health probe setting once?
What kind of edit you want?
This is /. So 30 is the interval period timeout. Unhealthy threshold is 3.
That means
So
probes will recollect him. It's just like keep alive packets. Health probe will chase their servers. Are you alive? Are you alive? If he does not get a response in 3 times, he will declare that health probe is unhealthy.
Okay.
The probe is a kind of intelligence you are applying into the here. Without probe, your load balancer will not work.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yes, so I got the question. So backend infrastructure and modde primarily we have an application gateway আর ভার্চুয়াল নেটওয়ার্ক ক্রিয়েট করতে হচ্ছে ব্যাকএন্ডে দুটো আমাদের FQDN বা আইপি বা ভার্চুয়াল মেশিন থাকছে যার ডিফল্ট আইএস রোলে আমরা কিছু করছি না আর ফ্রন্ট এন্ডে অ্যাপ্লিকেশন গেটওয়ে আইপিটা হিট করবে এটা
Exactly. Any load balancer, that is the primary things that user will use this IP address to hit. Load balancer will detect the best server available for you and redirect you back to that servers. Now depending on the natures, different load balancer have different functionalities. When we have done the global load balancer, I mean our normal load balancer, that things very easily we have created load balancer one after one server not available, then it will be moved to the next server. Acha. In traffic manager, it is a DNS based routing. Okay, so even not server available, another it will be checked. It is work on publicly. Normal load balancer was on region based. This is also a region based, but having intelligence can support URL based. Next, we have a remaining, that is front door. Front door, it's we will discuss on next week. Front door basically more advanced load balancer, also it work in the global region. It's not like applications or gateway that work in the same region. It can work in the global region.
Okay.
Understood?
Okay.
Now you can get some theoretical articles from internets about this theoretical part, how application gateway works and what are the things is that, and you will collect all those stuffs. Any question?
No, I have certain doubts in regarding of the virtual network and all this. These are the
Acha.
doubts which I have.
First thing is that let's prepare the steps, what I did. Then it will be clear your doubts. First I'll create the LB, application gateway.
No, first we did a RG.
First we did RG. Then we'll create APGN. Then we'll create APGN subnet. Next,
Virtual machine.
we'll create, now add default subnet in APGN VNet, right?
Why do we need the default subnet?
If we not create the subnet, default subnet, then your virtual machine will not work. Virtual machine will not get the IP address. After done this, create video server.
But Siddharth, when we create the this part I know, Siddharth. But when we create the virtual machine, by default they get the IP, no? Then also default subnet we see.
You are not understanding. Application gateway subnet totally different. This kind of subnet cannot help the virtual machine traffic and application gateway traffic. Both you should have the different subnet.
Then if I by default create it, then the application gateway subnet will not have any connectivity between the virtual machines, correct?
So other thing, let's say of create the first virtual machine, second virtual machine, and third application gateway. Application gateway must have to create separate subnet.
Okay.
Then stop firewall on
This I know.
third things, create IIS on both server. Once done, lowest the priority.
This is the HTTP priority, right?
Priority of of HTTP, lowest the priority of HTTP in both VM, NSG, inbound setting. 4 days, added those server into the application gateway backend pool. Okay. Next is create health probe. That's it. That is our steps, and we have done this. Clear?
And the routing and WAF is part of the application gateway, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fine. Let's just delete the RG1. delete the network watcher.
You can delete the resource group itself, na?
I have done, yeah. This is also a resource group. Now see that both are deleting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And don't close this page. You thought that it is deleted and it will be automatically deleted. No, if you close this page, deletion will be stopped. Let me save the file. How many date it was?